Welcome back. Return of the Mac.
Here.
Episode 106.
We back.
M.A.C. Moss, Andrew, Carl. What's going on, fellas?
106 in Park.
I knew you was going to say that shit. I knew you was going to say that. You got to park it, bro.
Took it right out your mouth.
Nah, I won't go say that.
Have one?
I won't go say that. I won't go that far. Moss took it there, though.
Hey, it was there. It was already there. I had to say it, you know?
Yeah, it's all good. What's good with you fellas?
Chilling the most, man. We were in a decent conversation before we got started recording here. I had to bring up, so I was driving somewhere this week. I was listening to Pop Smoke, and I just randomly popped in my head this conversation from, how long ago has it been since his album came out?
It's been over a year.
All right. So
yeah, for sure.
We might be at like year and a half, 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's like 2 years ago.
We're having
That ain't even 2 years.
No, the chat argument.
Oh, yeah.
It was at least a year, because I remember we played basketball that day. His album came out. We played basketball at Sandusky. Damn. So
yeah, that was last year. Then.
So it's been a minute.
That's the day the album came out, because I remember I was listening to it that day.
Whenever it was, before the album came out, we were talking about, Carl said Pop Smoke reminded him of 50. So in the chat, we had at least I feel like this was at least like an hour.
Oh no, it was ongoing discussion, definitely.
Yeah.
Of whether or not he was 50, and that just popped in my head. And then he ends up coming up with the album that's got 50 all over it.
Get Rich or Dying too.
Get Rich or Dying too. I like that. So I couldn't remember if we revisited that, but I think we did on the pod.
Yeah.
So, but you were saying about samples or having something familiar in the song.
They're cheat codes.
A cheat code.
Yeah, I mean, in a sense, it's only so much you can do to fuck it up. Like, if it's already a familiar song that maybe from the 80s or the 70s that still resonates today and people still love today and stuff, you don't have to do anything different to it. Just loop it, speed it up, slow it down, and right then and there you got a hit.
You ain't never heard a bad flip though?
I heard ones that I maybe didn't like at first. And then all of a sudden, if it gets on the radio and really starts to spin, you're going to love it just because you love the original anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's like at some point, you're going to vibe to it. You're going to bop to it.
Are there songs that you think are almost like an untouchable song? Like it's too good, don't mess up the original, don't remix it, or don't flip it?
Yeah, there are some.
Because I used to have that stance.
Can't anybody make a new All About the Benjamins?
Just because it holds a special place in your heart.
It's one of the greatest hip hop songs of all time.
So
All About the Benjamins?
Yeah.
I mean, I like that song, but nobody's making another All About.
Exactly, because you can't. You can't match what they did on All About the Benjamins.
So I thought, I used to agree with that.
That's wild.
But that was my take on Many Men. When we found out that Pop Smoke was going to have a remixed or a sampled version of Many Men, I was very much opposed. And I love that song.
It sounds good.
To me, that's one of the greatest songs of all time.
It's possible you could do it the right way, but it's some songs that a lot of people probably wouldn't touch because they can't do it right.
It's just like what we were talking about before. I hate
turning
that
a slow paced song like Many Men into an up tempo drill, up tempo joint a little bit. It kind of turns it up a little bit.
I hate that G-Eazy Return of the Mac remix shit. I hate that song.
Yeah, but a lot of people like it.
But
I like it.
Right. But I like it now. Well, I hated it originally when I heard it. But I like it now because I love Return of the Mac.
Yeah, but you hate it because you don't like G-Eazy, not because you don't like that sample.
That might be true.
Or just in the sense that I feel like Return of the Mac is a perfect song. It's nothing that... It's one of those songs I feel like would be on the untouchable list. I don't think... So
but I've heard it done before, though.
If Return of the Mac... Right.
Times.
But I'm just saying, if Return of the Mac, something like that can be sampled and flipped, then anything should be up.
Everything's on the table.
Everything is on the table.
Trader Truth made 4 versions with the Return of the Mac flip on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did.
He had every rapper that was hot at the time with each one.
That's the I'm on sample.
Yeah, I'm on Joe. Yeah,
I'm on. Yeah.
That's what turned it back.
Yeah,
I think he had him.
That's why that shit's so fire.
I do know that.
Yeah,
that's why
and that shit was hard. That's why he did it 4 times.
Yeah,
that's like that shit was going.
He had everybody on there. I remember Lupe was on there.
Yeah, he had a lot of. He had Joe with Wiz. Wild. It was a lot.
Yeah. J. Cole got one too, right? J. Cole on there.
I think he does. I think he is on one of them.
He always does.
He had everybody.
I know Drake got one.
8 people on it.
Rick Ross, I think.
It's a
whole lot of rappers on it. T-Pain might be on there, I think.
People might be abusing that Return to Mac shit for real. They might be abusing that shit.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So anything should be on the table. At that point, this is a perfect song.
It's all on the table. If you can get it cleared, you can do what you got to do.
If you can get it cleared. People don't sample things like Michael Jackson because guess what? You can't get that shit cleared.
Yeah, but that's another thing. Once somebody clears something, it opens the lane for a lot of people to use it now. Like, what's the other joint out the Annie sample?
I knew what you were going
it's a hard
to.
Yeah. He did a lot to get that shit clear, and when he got it clear, he made it so anybody else could use it too. So Nipsey was able to use it on his album.
Yeah,
and it was great. So
there's so much music nowadays that I don't care as much anymore either. Just because you can just so easily listen to something and just never listen to it again if you don't want to.
That's true.
So if you fuck up the sample, it is what it is. I don't mind people trying. We don't have to listen to it, but I was very opposed to Many Men being sampled, and he killed that song.
Right, it was dope.
What else were we talking about? Chris Brown. How did Chris Brown get brought into this?
He's also a cheat code.
Because we were talking about him being on Return of the Mac.
Yeah, I mean, if you put Chris Brown on pretty much any song, and including a sample, like a familiar sample,
it's up.
Then you're probably looking at you're planning the chart.
Yeah,
this was your plan was when you bought. You're like, I'm trying to get a top 10, debut single. Yeah. This is what I'm trying to do.
Charge with this one.
Right. It's a cheat code. Like that's there's certain ways you can set it up. I mean, you probably got to know specific people in order to get that kind of collaboration done. But
so let me ask you this: just say for the example that your subject matter doesn't matter, it aligns with either one. Would you rather have Drake or Chris Brown on your song?
Chris Brown.
You're trying to blow up the song.
I'm taking one. You can't go wrong with either one.
Right. But what's the preference?
I would probably go for the Drake.
No, I'm gonna go
because Drake could do my hook and give me a hard ass verse.
I don't want the verse though. I only want the hook.
Oh, he turned down a Drake verse.
Carl turned down a Drake verse. You want a Drake verse?
Nope.
I don't want the verse
because he gonna kill you on it.
No, hell, what?
Eat your lunch.
Yeah, let's be real.
Twice.
Let's be real. Let's be real.
Let's be real.
I'm being real, motherfucker.
Let's be real, son.
Let's be real.
One day, I just
not
want
anybody on this earth.
I just want to live one day of my life with the confidence that Carl has.
This
just one
crazy.
Day. That's all I want.
One day. Toby, let's be real.
What are we
Drake.
talking about? I think that would be your opportunity for your chance to shine. You know what I'm saying? And like, you don't want to really feel like somebody put you on. And if you get Chris Brown, it wouldn't really feel like somebody put you on in a rap game because Chris Brown ain't really a rapper. You know what I'm saying? He's an R&B dude. So
you say he's a cheat code though. So Chris Brown put you on.
No, I mean, but it's in a different sense.
If he gets you charted on the song,
you can say it, but I'm just saying it's not in the hip hop world. Like,
just say you don't want to get out rap. Just say
you don't think Chris Brown lives in the hip hop world?
Huh?
You don't think he lives in a hip hop world?
No, I'm just saying it's a different thing. It's a different effect. Like
fan of a fan.
People feel like I don't know, like Drake put him on or something like that. But I mean, things can happen like that. Like Drake kind of put Lil Baby on. With the Yes Sir a little bit.
Yes indeed.
Yes indeed. Yeah, my bad. So yeah, I think you can't go wrong either way. But
yeah,
I personally would take the Chris Brown feature, and I would eat Drake alive on the track, bro. It's not even a question.
Glad you said on a track.
It's not on a track.
Glad you said on a track. Yeah, you're right. Either way. Give me both. Pause.
That's how you take it.
Need some of that certified lover boy.
That's how you take it. I said pause. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh no!
Not putting that on me.
Certified lover boy.
Yeah, right. For sure.
Y'all going too far.
For sure.
We had decent. We gonna switch it up this week. We're starting with music.
Yeah.
I think it was a decent week in music.
Yeah, it was some good
and
shit.
I didn't even listen to anything until last night.
It was some good shit.
I got home late and just started listening through all of it. Carl, did you find anything? Did you listen to anything?
Only
With all
thing
your painting going on?
Not really. I didn't listen to a lot. I listened to the Post Malone single that he dropped.
You were on that at like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I was
Sent
up
us the
early.
video.
It was a tight video, bro.
It was. It
I
was.
like the video, all the cameos and shit.
Bro,
I
there's
think
many people in there. It was retarded.
Yeah, I can't remember. I know Big Sean was in there. It was like random people that I didn't even think he hung out with, and I thought that was weird.
Bubba Wallace.
I mean, where are the country artists? Where are the rock stars?
There's a rock star in there.
What else? Who was that?
Tommy Lee from Motley Crue. The name of the song is called Motley Crue.
Oh, maybe that's the only reason. Well, because he's not a hip hop artist, right? I see a bunch of rappers
And I think that
in his video.
I think that would be a false claim.
Yeah, I mean, but this is what he claims. This is
This has been my issue.
That's
with Post.
crazy though. I'll just say
I kind of let it go, but you gotta stirring it back up for me, right?
I was curious about that in the video. I think the video is dope, but you look at like
You can't call yourself not a rapper or not part of hip hop, and everything you do is with rappers and hip hop. That's all. That's my only issue. That's my only issue.
Yeah, he looking like a rapper.
I'm not going to respond.
Post Malone, he makes some pretty tight music or whatever. I like his sound and shit. Man, that's the dirtiest looking dude of all time.
It's the nastiest, grungiest looking fella you ever
Of
seen.
all time.
It's so wild.
He looks
So
like
wild.
Trailer Park. I don't
But worse than that, like a level below.
Yeah, right.
Just literally tatted head to toe at this point.
If
I mean, but
white trash was a person,
Yes.
That's normal though. That's normal though. Like somebody, an artist,
Yeah.
to be tatted up like that. But I don't know. He just like, how do you look that dirty on camera?
And he's like he gets
I've never
dirtier
seen
the more
it.
successful he gets.
Yeah,
he gets
yeah.
worse.
It's like a
he don't
stray
clean it up
dog.
as he gets better. He gets dirtier.
He looks like a stray dog or something. Like,
Kind of going the Kanye route. In that sense of just getting worse and wearing worse and worse clothes the richer you get.
right? But how do you wear diamonds and shit, and then you like dress like you're a bum? I don't
You're
know.
a rock star.
And I don't even know if it's the clothes or it's just
he's
just
a rock
something about
star
him.
in rap.
He looks like, I don't know. He's one of the dudes that probably has like super dirty fingernails and shit. Like, I don't know.
This has always been a thing. Wasn't it? It was always a joke that he looks like he stinks.
Right.
Yeah, he looks like, that's definitely a wet dog smelling dude right there.
Yeah, that was video was wild. Song was cool. I've only listened a couple of times. I wasn't blown away, but I liked it. It was all right.
Yeah, I think the song is decent. The video
I
is,
think I didn't check out the video. Yeah, I didn't really like the song by itself.
Yeah.
the video's dope. The video's dope. It deserves a view. Shout out to Cole Bennett.
I was gonna say that was a lyrical lemonade, right?
Yeah, another spin for the guys.
Guy just stays winning.
Yeah. He's the best director in the game.
Your boy.
Yeah, he's top director in the game.
Rather have the Cole feature than the
I don't know too
Drake
many
or Chris
directors, so
Brown.
I can't refute it. It's not like I know all the directors that do make videos.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the biggest one.
He might.
Yeah, he's just the bigger. He made a brand for himself. So
It's a few guys out there that
He might
like,
be the only one that I know by name.
exactly.
Anybody off
So
the
he's
top?
made a brand, so you just know that name.
I know a
and
few of
and
them.
his
Though.
page.
I know a lot of them though.
And his page and all that shit.
Give us the names. I want to know if I know. If I know.
Drew filmed it. You ever heard Drew filmed it?
No.
I feel like I've seen that tag.
Yeah, he got the.
It's not with Drewski, is he?
No. If Drew ain't
Drewski's
filmed
my
it, it ain't
guy.
filmed right or something like that.
I feel like I've seen that tag. It don't like. I can't like name the videos that I've seen though.
No, me neither. You got any more?
Oh no, off top. That's all. I
That's the one. I know some. I know
I
some.
know a lot of them. Yeah, I know.
know a couple of them. I just can't think of their names.
Exactly.
now,
That's what
at
I'm
this
saying.
moment.
Like Lyrical Lemonade has made a brand of himself, so you
Yeah,
just
for
know
sure.
Lyrical Lemonade.
And he gets like he gets huge artists now.
Of course.
Yeah.
And the videos is dope as hell.
So
For sure.
yeah.
What else? Anything else you listen to?
No,
Let It Snow.
nothing else I
Motherfucking
heard.
Snow Allegra, bro.
I didn't get to it yet. Is it good?
That shit is amazing.
I mix up a lot of the R&B girls. I don't remember like what songs of hers I like, but I know she's good.
Before
So she had Tyler.
this album, a lot of her shit was R&B you probably wouldn't fuck with at all. Very
Too
slow,
slow,
mellow, lighthearted love songs. She got some bops on this joint.
Oh, really?
She got some bops on this joint.
Oh,
She got
really?
2 joints with Tyler with him on it, and
That's
he
what I
produced
thought.
it. Got a joint with Neptunes. She got some bops on there. It's a dope album. She is amazing.
Where does she stand in like the R&B
chicks?
world? Is she in
It's
the
like-
top tier? Is she kind of secondary? I know
It's
the
like
name.
SZA,
but her.
then it's like her and Snow.
You got SZA below her?
No, SZA at the top. SZA's at
I'm
the
sorry,
top.
I said it the opposite.
Yeah,
you have
right.
her below SZA.
Yeah.
All right, this isn't my realm, but I
SZA's
didn't
first
expect
project
that.
was a classic.
Okay.
Her is still trying to find her way a little bit. SZA is solidified. People are anticipating her to drop her sophomore album a lot because that first album did so good.
I know she's massive. I feel like I hear her so much, like just in reference.
I think SZA's album dropped like 2 years ago, and people was
Yeah.
it's like she's been able to. It's one of them albums where like I could just chill for a little bit, and take my
TDE.
time. Yeah, and TDE.
she's not coming anytime soon.
Yeah. I think she's coming soon. I think she's dropping soon. It's
Maybe.
that everything opening back up.
Yeah, I guess if it's been 2 years, it's probably about time.
SZA, her, and Snow are the top 3 right now, for sure.
Wow,
For sure.
big time.
Yeah. That's a fact.
What else were you on?
That Vince Staples is hard. Called Vince Staples.
I heard
Which
people
is-
talking about that.
It's hard.
Really? How'd that get on your radar?
Right.
I mean, I heard people
You
talking.
hate,
I don't know. I mean,
hate West Coast rappers.
I don't think Vince is a strange dude.
I haven't listened to any Vince Staples in years. I haven't heard anything of his
You have
in a long
before?
time. Yeah, I mean, I heard some of his music before. Yeah,
Vince is hard.
I mean, it seemed like at one point he had like a huge buzz. I don't know how many years ago that was. I mean, it was a number of years ago now, but he had a huge buzz. So I was like, all right, you wanted to check him out a little bit. I don't think I was like impressed by anything that I saw. So
Yeah, you should check out this album. It's real short, concise joint. About 8 tracks. Or 8 songs, 2 skits type shit.
what stands out?
Yeah. No features.
Give me one song that stands out.
The stands
that I
out.
can listen to. That way, if that one's not good, I'm not gonna listen to anything else on the album
That's a lot of pressure.
ever again.
ever again. I'll
It's your
never
one
hear
shot. Don't miss your
anything
chance to blow.
from Vince.
I like Taking Trips a lot and Lil Fade.
Oh, he gave you 2.
Which
You gonna
one,
get 2?
though?
Oh man,
Probably
you
go with
wanna
Lil
listen to
Fade.
Lil
Go with Lil
Fade. I
Fade.
can remember that Lil Fade.
Yeah. He
My
talk-
take on. Oh, go ahead. You
No,
know
go
what to say
ahead.
about the song?
I mean, no, he just like, he's a big crip, but he ain't never really flexed that he's a gang member like that unless he just talking about it. He kind of puts in his music a lot, but this album, he telling you about the trenches on this joint. I'm fucking with it. It's hard.
I gotta check it out. My take on him is I know what you're talking about where he had this buzz a couple of years ago. I don't know if it was when he first blew up or first came out or what.
Yeah,
But he was
yeah.
kind of in the same lane as TDE and stuff.
Yeah.
I felt like he collaborated or at least was in the same conversations as Schoolboy and a lot of those people that I liked. So when I checked him out, and he had just gotten so much acclaim from like other rappers that I like. When I checked it out, I was like, I can see that he can rap,
Right.
but I didn't click with his music very much. There's a few songs that I really liked. But I think since the time going on, it seems like he's one of these guys that
And he
has
kind of like a
pretty solid.
standalone
cult
type guy.
fan
You don't
base.
see him with no other rappers or other artists like that. You just be seeing him. And it just be him, like in most cases.
I know him more for his tweets than his music. Do you think he's somebody that's got a cult fan base? It seems like he's got a core
I think
following
he
like
does.
that.
That's pretty much
I think
it.
he
Yeah.
does.
He seems to have
Hasn't
fully
had
just
a big hit record or anything like that.
yeah, not ever.
But he had some solid projects that people fuck with. Like his fans fuck with a lot. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I
It's hard to describe him, really.
I think he's kind of just fully embraced the lane of he wants to do different style of music and people mess with it. So
Yeah.
he's never going to do anything popular.
With no
probably.
with no cosign. Just doing him.
How did I forget about that other song that I heard that was terrible that we talked about?
Oh, let's go to it. This song was not terrible.
Well, go ahead. Tell us.
How did
What song
I
was
forget
terrible?
about it? The Jackie, is that what it's called?
The Jackie.
The fuck does that mean?
Boss single. Cole and
Who
Lil
is
TJ.
that? Who is Boss?
Boss is like,
He's in.
that's like,
he signed to Cole.
he like, how can I make this analogy? He's J. Cole's Memphis Bleak.
All right, that explains the lack of talent that I'm getting.
See, I knew he was gonna do that. I didn't want to make that analogy because Memphis Bleak had some records. You ain't gonna do that. He had some records. He had a solid album too.
Memphis Bleak. If you want to compare this dude Boss to Memphis Bleak, that explains it all to me.
But not in the sense of like
explains it all
talent. I think
me.
Boss is hella talented. I think he's hella talented.
He might be. I don't know. I can't get that off of this record.
But the analogy, I'm making that analogy because as long as there's a Cole, you'll always see a Boss.
I ain't seen Memphis Bleak in years,
like Shetty Woods to Wiz Khalifa.
I ain't seen Memphis Bleak in years. Last time I seen him, he was still wearing do-rags.
This guy's the worst.
You talking about a guy that was on like 20 years ago. Like,
I swear to God, he's still wearing a do-rag.
Because he's not rapping
Last time I see him, bro.
I listened to the song last night, and on the first listen, I didn't really care for it that much either. And this is my theory I came up with. I think my problem with it, and I'm wondering if you think this is yours at all, was I expected the Cole verse. So as soon as I knew he was on the song, as soon as the song starts, I'm like waiting for Cole to rip it. And then the song goes on a full 3 minutes, and then at the very end of the song, he like kind of sings some bars.
Yeah, but which is what everybody on the track did.
Do you think you were let down by the fact that there wasn't a big Cole verse when you saw, Cole's got a track that he's featured on?
Yeah, I mean,
that was my letdown, because after that, I feel like I've listened to it 2 or 3 times now. Catchy as hell. I kind of like it.
Yeah,
I think the hook is just okay. I think it's gonna get spins. I think it's definitely a radio track, but it's just something I don't like. Lil TJ is the best part, or the best feature on the song, I think. He sounds really good on there. He fits in really well. I just feel like everybody else sounds like, and to me, J. Cole didn't do anything. The hook is the best part of the song.
Who?
The hook is the best part of the song to me.
I mean, I think so. It's
That's what makes it catchy. That's what makes you like, okay.
What does he say? He said some weird shit.
Stop playing with me.
Yeah, I mean, it's
hard.
It's cool.
Simple.
It's cool. I mean, like I said, it's gonna get some spins, but Lil TJ's verse is the best. Let's say that his verse is the best by far.
Why do you say that?
That's your opinion?
I don't
remember, but I can't. I doubt
his verse is the best by far. It's just, it sounds good. That's his lane. That's his pocket.
I like Cole doing melodies.
Yeah, I love Cole doing melodies, but this is one of the worst.
Cole. Like, I fuck with that. I like his voice.
Yeah, I love Cole doing melodies. I just think he doesn't. Maybe I just need a second listen. I didn't listen to it again, but Cole didn't sound that great to me on there. I was unimpressed by J. Cole.
I feel this. I feel you.
I was let down, I think
that's where we're at with the bar for Cole. I don't think if anybody else, I think this is just a regular song. Yeah. I don't think it's anything that would get a strong reaction, except for the level of Cole expectation is all you.
It's so many Cole melodies and Cole like radio verses that he fucking kills. Mm-hmm. He kills it every time. And this one is just like I was waiting on that moment, and it never happened.
It's a Boss track.
You
can't outshine Boss on his single.
Is that what J. Cole thinks about when he's rapping?
That's my man's.
Is that what J. Cole thinks about when he's rapping? I don't think so. Come on.
I don't think he obviously wasn't trying to flex his barred up muscle on this track.
I mean, he don't have to do that, bro. I'm not saying that. I just think it was nothing impressive about it. It's not even like a flow switch or nothing that made you think like, oh, this is the best rapper in the world. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I don't think the song called for any of that at all.
I think it always calls for it to show that you're talented. That's it.
No, because you like to pick and choose when you try to critique somebody's bars and what they saying. Like, it's a melody track. They all singing melodies. You can't do it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for you to do that.
But I feel like I think we've had this discussion because I've said the same thing.
I didn't say anything about bars. I said he didn't do anything that was impressive. It's not just about the bars. You took it to the bars. I'm thinking in layers, bro, when it comes to music. That's what I'm saying, bro. You don't see it in layers, bro.
Is that the word of the day? That's the name of the pod today. Fucking layers.
I'm thinking in layers, my man.
He wants to be smart.
Ad-libs or something. And you got to do something.
He had all the vessels.
Right. Yeah. Show me how it works. Show me how it works. That's what I want to know.
He just showed you how to do the melodies.
It was okay. I've heard better. That's it. That's all I'm saying, bro. It's no diss to J. Cole. This is not his best work. He'd probably say the same.
Fair enough. I thought it was a cool song.
See,
I'm not mad at it.
He probably said the same. Yeah, that shit ain't my best, but you can have that. Like,
He probably said that.
He probably said, "Yeah, this ain't my best, but I'm gonna just leave it alone."
Yeah, but that's essentially what you said. That's what you said he did.
I'm saying
it's my man Boz. I can't outshine him.
I'm saying the track didn't call for him to go crazy.
So that's why he said, I'm not gonna do my best.
Go listen.
Exactly.
We just played earlier that Tribe song Boz and J. Cole put out last year. They was getting to the bars on that one. Both of them was getting to the bars on that. And that track called for that, and they was getting to it.
It's not about
this
the bars,
song calling for that.
That's where you stuck at, and that's why we'll never come to an agreement. It's not about the bars.
I feel you.
It's deeper than that.
One of the reasons y'all will never come to an agreement. One of the reasons.
It's not about that.
Did you have any other albums or music that you were listening to?
Snow, Vince. Oh, the IDK.
All right, perfect.
IDK album.
Brings me to
he dropped an album?
what I've been excited for.
Yeah.
You excited for that?
Dude?
No, I know who you're talking about. Oh, no, IDK. I'm thinking of DDG. That's what I'm thinking of. Never
I
mind.
don't know DDG. Who is DDG?
I heard of him. That's
Some YouTuber that became a rapper.
he just knocked somebody
recently.
out in a celebrity match a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, he became a rapper recently.
Wait.
It was the same as Lamar Odom and whatchamacallit was in.
He dropped that iCarly freestyle. He's not a good rapper.
Okay.
But I know who IDK is. We talked about him before, right?
Yeah, he's had a few singles like over the last year or so that I really liked. He did a little small project. I want to say it might have been like 6 songs for the Netflix documentary that KD did about going to the prisons for playing basketball and stuff.
KD rock with him heavy. They both from Maryland.
Yeah, KD's a big supporter. So he's been on my radar for a little bit. He put out an album yesterday. I got home last night and checked it out. I'm gonna overhype this unintentionally. I don't think most people will connect with it because it's weird. Don't get me wrong. But this dude's got something special.
Yeah, you got it.
This is like there's been a few artists that I've listened to a project, their first album or whatever, and just had this feeling like there's some kind of special creativity kind of thing. There's been some of the bigger names like Chance and stuff that like really blew up, but the last one I can think of was when I came across Joyner Lucas for the first time.
Right.
So it doesn't mean he's going to be a massive star, but this dude is just. I'm also not good at music stuff like pitch and tempo and all this kind of stuff, so I just go off of comparisons, what things remind me of. And he's got songs on here where he reminded me of Kendrick. With his like cadence and the really deep like personal subject matter of like
he has some good stories,
bad relationships with family members and stuff. He had a few times where I felt like he's heavily Kanye influenced, where I thought his cadence and subject matter sounded like late registration, like early Kanye type thing. And then there was a few times that I got like a little bit of a Joyner vibe. I think when people listen to this, they're going to think I'm a weirdo or that it doesn't make any sense. Because I'm not saying he sounds like any of these artists.
Basically, what you're saying, he's the guy that's obviously trying to push the envelope in what he's making. He's not just trying to stay in the lane and just do some shit like this. He's experimenting on every track, it seems like. Every single one. There's at least
that's great.
There's at least 3 or 4 songs on there that I really hated.
Yeah.
Like I was like, this is not for me at all.
Which is what's gonna happen when you experiment
exactly.
like that.
Yeah, you can find those, but the funny thing about those songs though, that's weird. Like if you really understand like I guess the direction or maybe understand the person that it is, like those songs actually become really good. Right. Yeah. You be like, oh well, I understand the direction that you're going with this and like
especially right now we don't know shit about him really.
Right. Once you start to learn more about his life and shit, you might actually start to understand some more of his music. And I mean that's the crazy stuff when it comes by. I mean I enjoy artists who enjoy to experiment and stuff like that because if it's not for you, it's for somebody. Still, like somebody's gonna, you know what I'm saying, gonna love that shit,
right?
And it's just different. So that's cool.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I got excited about a new artist like this. Who knows what's gonna happen with him? But we were just talking about the track list. So the features that he had on there, he had Young Thug. Offset, MF Doom, Westside Gun, Jay Electronica
on the same track.
Lucky Day, T-Pain, Slick Rick.
Oh wow.
DMX had the little spoken word on the Crying Church song. Did you know how he's getting these people on this music?
I have no idea. Like, I don't know who he's connected. Only person I know he's connected to is KD.
Right.
And that's because they both from Maryland. I think KD just rocks with him a little bit. But I haven't seen no co-sign. Who he signed to? Warner Records.
I think he's independent. I read that he was, that Kanye tried to sign him and he declined to stay independent. I don't know how long ago that was, but
okay.
He also had another project. I was doing my research last night. He had another project, I guess, in 2019 or something like that. Mm. And the features look about the same.
That's dope.
Like, it's retarded. I hate it when...
See, those are people you got to watch out for. When everybody is fucking with them.
That's what I was about to say.
When everybody's just fucking with them low key. And it's like, yo, why is everybody fucking with this artist like that? You got to see what's going to happen after this.
Yeah.
You got to just keep watching.
I think you're going to go the opposite way. So anytime somebody has a bunch of good features on their opening album, it's like, oh, this industry plan type BS.
Oh yeah, you can take it that way too. You can take it that way too.
That's what Ak would say.
Probably so.
Probably.
That's what he would say.
But when you look at the names on there, to me, I read it as like, these are other weird creative people.
Yeah,
like I read it as respect.
Yeah, right. Yeah. You got Slick Rick.
It's pretty specific. It's pretty specific artists. Like,
yeah, right, for sure. Like, you reaching out, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's just about people you reach out to. He's just thinking different, I think, where he like, oh, I want to connect with this person. I want to connect with that person. If you in the industry, it's not too hard to reach out and probably get a verse from these people and stuff.
He got two projects. You
got money. You just got to pay for it at that point, Ain't nobody doing none of this work for free.
He got a couple projects that's called IDK with friends.
Yeah,
Friends.
That was the one from the basketball thing.
Yeah, he got two of them. There's two albums called that. It's a part 1 and 2. So obviously he got a lot of motherfuckers that fuck with him, which is, I guess, is kind of dope, especially if you're trying to break as an artist.
I was reading that
you gotta stop with the features though. You gotta stop with the features on the album though. If you're gonna be serious.
If you're gonna be serious.
If you want to be serious, yeah, he gotta release an album with like like I said, 2 to 3 features, limited.
Get Carl the fuck out of here.
Seriously though, if you want to be serious,
it's not a negative to have some dope artists on your album, man.
I didn't say that, but you gotta limit it.
So I hate when every time I make the comparisons.
I see a project right here with no features on it.
They're gonna get blown up.
Right.
Well, I think they're just not listed. I didn't see many of the features listed on any of his projects.
Oh, the fuck is this joint?
But he's a weird creative dude. I feel like he's somebody that's like, I want to make some creative song and I need this person's voice on here, this person's voice on there. I don't picture him as the guy that's like, I need to show that I can just rap by myself and show everybody how good I am. Like,
no, right. I mean, that may not be the case, like, for him, and that's fine. Like, I've always said, like, music is supposed to be a collaborative effort, and, it's people with, like, great minds like that are pretty much the greatest artist in the world to me is Kanye, and that's how he operates as far as, but that's not how he like originally started. Kanye really got it out the mud and was like, I'm gonna show people that I can really do this, what I'm saying, for real, by myself.
He had a lot of features on College Dropout.
That's true.
There's a lot of features.
I mean, what's like singers and stuff? I mean, it's a little bit of rappers
what are you
on
talking
there.
about? Ludacris, Common, Jay-Z, Freeway. He had a lot of fucking rappers on that album.
Yeah, it's a pretty long album. But I mean, I would have to see the track list. But it's like a lot of the songs, you know it for Kanye though. Like,
because he's producing, he's doing the production on most majority of all his songs and shit. So right. So like that's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't know. You got to establish yourself. I feel like a little bit like when you're putting out an album and shit. It's just telling people I'm here. It's like, this is my story. This is my book. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's my introduction to the world. And then after that, you can get funky with all the features and stuff. But that's just my personal preference. Against what you say about using Kanye in that, though. Because he came out
Kanye's
with
the greatest artist of all time.
Okay. Yeah, and he did it with a lot of features. That's all I'm saying.
A lot of samples, you can say.
And
you can say a lot of samples, but I'm not going to sit there and say.
Kanye has features every album, a lot of features every album.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that. I would have to go through and look through every track.
You can't name a Kanye album that doesn't have that has like less than 4 or 5 features.
I don't know. And then we got to go look at how many tracks too. If it's 20 tracks, then it's like, okay, that's fine.
So you can make an excuse for somebody that you like.
Yeah, I've agreed.
I didn't say that.
I've agreed with you in the past on that point, and I think you're right more than you're wrong on that stance. But I still kind of take it artist by artist. If it's somebody that's like really trying to be the best rapper, like bar type thing, then I definitely am more harsh on you should have a bunch of songs by yourself and show us the way.
Even somebody like a Blueface, like, or you would probably prefer a Blueface with more features.
Yeah,
but I'm saying if you want to be serious, like, or if I'm really looking at this as like your work as an album, like your shit, like I want to hear your story on it. You know what I'm saying, or how you took it, like conceptually as well too, like your imaginary thoughts, like just your world, paint the picture. And if that includes, you bringing in other people, so be it, whatever. But to me, I think it's just different when you can really zone out to an artist's artist's work or project where they put their personal thoughts and ideas and all of that shit into it, and just get to know that person a little bit better. I feel like that way than just listening to a bunch of features and meaningless type music.
Do you think this era or this generation is more so looking to get streams other than just, I'm just trying to do my songs by myself and my albums by myself? I think a lot of things have changed over the years where it's like, if you're an artist, your talent level has to be top tier for you to just do like a couple features on the album type shit. I think it's just levels to what the artist is.
I mean, Lil Durk's last album. What features are we talking about from that? It was like super huge features on that. He had King Von on the track.
Lil Durk is in the top tier of what he does.
Not at that time. He was giving us his work. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when he started busting out. Ever since then, like that's what I'm saying. Like and then we started taking Durk serious, or at least I did. And he probably got projects like that in the past.
He's been an artist for 10 years. You can't say like
you don't think that he went to the next level off the.
Of course.
I think that's all he's saying, because I agree with that part. That after that album, it would make sense that he doesn't.
What took him to the next level is getting on that Drake record.
That's true.
That's what really took him out of here. Was us being a feature.
And then also beefing with Tekashi helped him out a little bit too.
I mean, I guess, but
and let's be straight. Let's be real straight about Lil Durk, about what propelled it.
Let's do it.
Where we at?
That's King Von. The death of King Von really took him off.
I agree with that.
Because that same week,
I don't think that's fair to say.
That same week, or maybe even that same day, Back in Blood dropped.
Same day as what? As when he died?
As he died.
Oh, wow.
That's a Pooh Shiesty.
But that record is huge, bro. And everybody knows that Pooh Shiesty, that's my dog. But Pooh, I'm really shiesty. That's the quote that everybody gonna say from that song if you bring that shit up.
Well, it's tight that you say that, because when I brought up how Durk elevates this, you like, they features, they not his songs. But the parts you remember on the songs that he's on is because of Lil Durk. Even that Drake record, his little short verse is the highlight of the song.
Yeah, it's tight. But
his lines on that Pooh Shiesty song is the highlight of the song. He's usually the highlight on these big records.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Although my only point was that he didn't have one of his own. Where that's all I was saying, is that he don't have one of his own where it's Durk featuring Drake or Durk featured Pooh Shiesty that blew up. We don't know
it don't make a difference. Ain't nobody gonna be like, oh, it wasn't Durk's song. They're gonna be like, yo, I fuck with that Durk part on that song. It's not gonna be like, oh, but it's a feature. Anybody looking at it like that?
No, I mean, I'm not saying that, bro. But
I like both rebuttals here.
I'm just saying that, like, he don't have those kind of records on his album.
Okay,
that's the difference. When you look up Durk's discography, you're not gonna find these songs. You're gonna find that in Drake's catalog. You're gonna find that in Pooh Shiesty's catalog.
From a person that you just recently in the last year started fucking with Durk, and he's had a 10-year career.
Yeah, right.
So Lil Durk fans will probably argue with you with that. He has songs like that. So
I mean, I don't know.
Just fucking with him in the last year. Of course, you're gonna say, "Oh yeah, the Drake Jones." Like, yeah, that's what took him
but
off.
I'm talking about. But bro, these are the songs that everybody knows. That's what I'm saying. He don't have those songs.
That's what blew him up. But
Right.
you don't be around for 10 years by flopping all the time. Is all I'm saying.
But you making it trying to sound like I'm hating on Dirk or something like.
No,
when
I'm just.
It's clearly I'm a fan of this dude, but it's obvious he don't have right.
You didn't fuck with him over a year,
and that's
2 years
fine.
ago.
Right, that's fine because obviously, what did I say about reinventing yourself and stuff like that? You have to do that over the course of time. It all comes back full circle. Like, that's what he's done.
He didn't reinvent himself though. He's been doing this.
Changed up his image. In some way, you have to reinvent yourself, assert yourself, becoming like that's what he's doing. He's now graduating to becoming now doing tracks with Drake and stuff like that. Like you have to reinvent your image. Like it's no longer just a dirty street dude from Chicago anymore. It's Lil Durk now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something bigger than that. Like I don't know. That's all I'm saying. And you can't argue with the fact he don't have the records of his own on his own album.
I can though. How he blew up with the drill scene going on, they had crazy records during that time. Like,
which one? Which I'm talking about?
That was in 2012.
The drill is a niche. Like it's not a popular.
So you don't
music.
remember when drill was the hottest shit in music?
I don't remember it being on the radio.
He was the hottest rapper in music.
Not with his drill songs.
That's a lie. Kanye don't grab the "Don't Like" record if it wasn't the hottest song in the world at the time. I
don't know if that's necessarily a drill song, but it might be. You might consider that. But Sosa, I love Sosa.
We've had this Dirk conversation like for an extended time on whatever episode that we really got into.
Yeah,
you had brought up the changing your legacy or switching things up. What did you say?
Just reinvent yourself.
That's right.
Yeah. So and it's not like a complete makeover, no shit like that. But what were you something different?
Before we recorded, what was your thing? You said something about you have to reinvent yourself. Maul said no. What was that debate? Because I said to save it. I think that was a good.
I did. That's just it. I just feel like
you have to reinvent yourself throughout your career or something.
Yeah, over the course of time, at some point, you're gonna have to change and do something different to either I don't know, just to keep people on their toes, like switching up image, just your overall perception. Musically, sonically, that's pretty much the route that I would go. You know, if you're like,
you have to reinvent yourself. You're saying to what? To be successful?
Just to continue to be relevant.
Okay.
For relevance.
Do you disagree with that?
To what? To reinvent yourself to be relevant?
He said to stay relevant, you have to reinvent yourself.
I think you have to grow. I don't think you necessarily have to reinvent yourself as a rapper.
I think
something drastic has to happen in your career for you to have to actually reinvent yourself as a rapper. If you have a lane and you're building a fan base and you're steady growing and getting bigger year in and year out, doing you, of course you're gonna get better as an artist. But if you're not like a Lil Durk, like is a good example, he's never really veered off from what he does. He's gotten better at doing it, but he ain't reinvented himself to where he's doing something totally different than he was when he first came out. He's still talking about the same shit. He's still using auto-tune heavy. He's still doing the melodies. He's always done this. He's just gotten better at it as time goes on. He hasn't veered off or reinvented himself, so to speak.
But whether or not he has in the past, do you think 5 years from now, 3 years from now, he's going to have to stay?
I mean, 5 years, 3 years from now, we're talking about a 15-year career. Like, if you still got to do shit to be relevant after you've been around and been successful for about 15 years, I mean, I don't think it's just necessary. You solidified in what you are now.
Well, I mean, look, that's what I'm saying. So, how are you? At some point, you're going to have to change what you're talking about. At some point, you're going to have to change the flows and what you use. Like that only makes sense, and that you might want to use a different definition instead of reinventing yourself. But at some point, these things are going to have to change to keep your fan base locked in the way that they were 5 years ago because they've grown at this point.
True. Negative. I was with you up until now. All right, let me explain real quick. So I think if you're talking about staying popular and staying in the relevant conversation of these are the top rappers, whatever, active type shit, I think you do have to reinvent yourself because people do tend to get bored or at least if you keep putting out the same type of music, same type of subject matter or whatever, it's not going to have that like grab your attention type of reaction. So I think if you're trying to stay popular,
and those fans are fickle.
Yeah, I think if you're trying to stay popular, you are going to have to reinvent your stuff to get the fans to stick with you. But when you're talking about your core fan base, I think it's the opposite.
Yeah,
I think they want you to stick with what you're doing.
And Dirk has a lot of those that's been down with him since the drill era. That's like loving the fact that he's finally getting his recognition and being on these big tracks and having these big records. Because it's like, yo, we've been telling y'all Dirk hard. There's a lot of people that saying we've been telling y'all Dirk hard. Now it's like he hopped on a Drake record. He had a big record with Pooh Shiesty. He went doing albums with Lil Baby. It was like, oh yeah, now he's finally getting the love that we've been having for him these last 9 years or whatever. And that's just what it is.
That makes sense. Kid Cudi is like my immediate example that came to my mind. I think me and most of his core fan base, once he started to reinvent himself and change the style of music, kind of fell off. And then once he put the last album out and it was similar to the early ones, we were right back on. But
because reinventing yourself, you could fail. You
could miss bad.
You could lose a lot of your core fans if you fuck that up.
Yeah, that's a risk. That's the risk you take.
Yeah. But that's why I'm saying like it's not a necessity for you to do unless you in a bad place in your career.
I mean, look,
if you having success off doing what you do, there's no reason to totally change that.
You defined it as growing. Like I've just defined it as reinvent yourself. Like even somebody like Jay-Z, we saw the steps over his career of how he changed.
I feel like growth is going to be just a natural byproduct of anybody.
Yeah,
that's putting in time.
I guess so, but in what areas though? Like you gonna have to. It has to be like I said, sonically, or your persona as a businessman, stuff like that. Like at some point, if you want to stay relevant, you have to grow in these areas or reinvent yourself in these areas. That's all I'm saying. You got to pick and choose.
That's fair. I think that's a fair statement to make. I've said it before. I think it's hard to judge everybody off of one criteria.
Yeah, that's what I'm
because
saying.
There's a lot of artists that aren't trying. They don't care about. They don't want to be not popular.
Like when you say
but their goal is not popularity. It's more of a creative thing. And there's artists that do the opposite. They want to be popular. They're not trying to build a masterpiece.
Right.
So you kind of got to apply different rules to how you grade different people.
Because when you use reinvent, I think of artists like a Gucci or 2 Chainz who literally reinvented themselves and got highly successful off of doing it because beforehand they weren't really that successful. Now Gucci was successful beforehand, but he had a drastic shit happen in his career. He went to prison. So it was like he had to come out and really reinvent himself in order to adapt to what's going on.
I see that as for Wayne. Wayne reinvented himself. Drake did it.
Did Wayne reinvent himself or did Wayne just get better?
I mean, whichever way you want to call it.
Did he just get older?
Yeah, whichever way you want to call it. But a 21-year-old Wayne couldn't fuck with a 28-year-old Wayne.
All right,
you know what I'm saying?
He did reinvent himself but his drastic change. He had a drastic change in his career. Before, he was the small guy on the list. He was the young guy, the up-and-comer. Juvie was the highest rapper on Cash Money. When Juvie left, BG got locked up, Turk got locked up, Manny Fresh left. When everybody at Cash Money left, he had to reinvent himself and take on that head role of Cash Money then. A drastic shit happened in his career where he had to reinvent himself. Stopped writing, started creating the best music of his life. Shit has to happen for you to actually reinvent yourself as an artist. Something has to drastically happen in your career.
Even Drake, somebody like Drake has changed over the course of time. We're not getting best I ever had
Drake
no more.
is different.
We're not getting...
Drake is different.
You keep on saying that with every artist that I'm bringing up about how they're different.
It's a case-by-case situation.
That this is all the same.
It's a case-by-case situation.
All right, whatever,
I brought up cases where your reinvention made sense. Drake is an anomaly. Nobody can necessarily do what Drake has done, how he's tapped into different cultures and different sounds and making R&B music. Like he does a wide variety range of things. So Drake can do that.
All right, whatever. I have nothing else now. I have nothing else.
Interesting discussion. I think you're not gonna like this album, but I would like you to listen to it.
I'll check it out
If you get a chance to listen through it all the way through. I'd like to just hear what you think about it.
I like some.
Just curious.
I like this shit, especially if it's different. I fuck with that.
A lot of different sounds on there. He kind of does the radio club thing, like with Offset. I like that song, but like I said, there's a couple on there that are like super deep, talking about stuff that most people wouldn't want to talk about in music. So I was impressed.
Word.
Yes, indeed.
I think that was all the new music stuff. The other music related, I guess, since that's what he covers, was DJ Akademiks coming on the Flagrant.
Not just covers.
Podcast.
Not just covers. The voice.
The voice of hip hop.
The voice of hip hop. This is for sure. DJ Akademiks.
Why you looking at me for?
Every time Carl says something, I look to you.
Now I think Akademiks has
solidified
his lane to where he is a voice of hip hop right now.
Schultz solidified him.
Yeah, Schultz did it. Schultz solidified him.
Come on, bro.
He is.
Don't play
I gotta
with
give it to
bro.
him.
Don't play with
At one time, he stayed in what's it? How am I trying to describe it? He stayed in the lane of hip hop, just in this certain area. Now he's like covering most of it now.
Now, the thing is, though, everybody be like, "Oh, why is this lane covering? All of this, blah blah blah." Like they think he shouldn't have an opinion regarding like hip hop affairs or these. But who else should it really be? It's not going to be a guy that's in the streets to talk about this stuff.
He cornered the market.
Most hip hop fans
on what he does.
Most hip hop fans probably look like and think like DJ Akademiks. Like, let's be real. Who else should it be to be the voice of hip hop other than a guy like DJ Akademiks? I think it makes the most sense for it to be a nerdy type, you know what I'm saying, person like this. Like, this is the person who can really dissect or who have even had time
really think about it. Most
to
of the
think
people
about
that
this
we know that are hip hop media are like kind of like the hip hop nerds.
Yeah,
right.
they are like B-Dot, Elliot, like these guys are just like in their trenches
this
of
stuff.
Right.
You got a lot of time on your hands.
And because all the personalities like that are either talking about things that artists don't want them to talk about, or they have criticisms or stuff.
Right.
It's just, you just got to find the easiest denominator that I can take a shot at. For Ak, it's you're not a street dude. For, Rosenberg and all these dudes, it's because they're white. You just got to find something to discredit all the stuff that they're saying because they're not putting out.
But
that's just a part of being in the media. That's a part of being in the media.
But
They critiquing people without being in it.
Like, their entire life. You know what I'm saying?
Their info.
That's for sure.
I thoroughly enjoyed this shit, man. 4 hours, 45 minutes.
I've never listened to a pod that long in my life.
That was a long ass pod.
But I listened to the entire thing.
Yeah, I didn't even notice how far it was or how long it was. I just like, I gotta stop to go to lunch or something, and it's 2 hours into it. They were just hilarious. I just thought it was a funny discussion to listen to. I like Ak a lot.
I like him.
I think he's really good at what he does. I don't pay attention. I hadn't paid attention to him for a little bit.
He started an entire wave with like the way he creates his videos and reports on hip hop is how now everybody creates their videos when they try to report on some shit.
That's true.
What do you mean by that?
Intro, outro type shit, or just like the way he sets it up, putting the videos and like at the beginning of his content and then breaking down that video afterwards and stuff like that. He's really started that, like, and it's a whole lot of like copycat acts on YouTube and shit.
Reaction videos.
Kind of like reaction videos and stuff like that. Ak dude, like, it's just like, it's not really reaction videos because I don't know, just breaking down like hip hop stories. There's people who do reaction videos over everything, like music videos and shit like that too.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different, but yeah, I mean, he started an entire wave of like content for like content creators and shit.
Yeah, I don't think it's different though. He's making reaction videos. Everything he's doing is he's reacting.
It's a reaction to it, but I'm just saying it's more like reporting than reaction, I guess, because it's not like, I mean, it's like he's well thought out. A reaction is right then and there. This is my first time seeing it. This is well thought out information that he's collected over over time, or you know what I'm saying, like he's putting it together for you. It's not necessarily just a reaction.
I don't know if that thing. I think he's just hella talented at being able to sit in a room by himself and talk for hours.
That's crazy.
He can just talk for hours nonstop. That's a talent. Like it's hard to just sit there and talk for 3 hours by yourself.
No,
and be entertaining.
yeah, be entertaining.
But the thing is, he has the information in order to talk for 3 hours. Though that's what I'm saying. It's the things that you question him about. It's like no, he has the information to talk about it. Oh, this is what happened at this time. He has the sources to provide him with all of the intel. So that's why it's entertaining, because it's shit that you don't or never knew, and you're curious about.
That's true.
About these, rappers and R&B singers or whatever it may be.
That's where the talent comes in, though. What I'm saying, because he could be talking for 3 hours and just be bullshitting, but if it's entertaining content and he's giving you facts and narratives and all this shit too, it's like, all right, this motherfucker got it.
He's like, I think he's really good at he just knows how to keep your attention.
Yeah.
Right. He goes in and out of doing like where he's talking about actual stuff and giving you like the breakdown. This is what happened. And it's like, oh, wow, there's a lot of new information and shit. And then he goes right into just goofing off and being stupid for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Pops back in.
Yeah,
he just keeps your attention. I mean, 5 hours and it went like that. It was just nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good one.
What were y'all talking about on that? There was something that y'all were debating from that topic.
I knew that Moss was going to run with it as soon as I heard it. I was like, oh, man, this dude is going to take this and try to flip it. And
what did he say?
Not flipping.
What did he say?
I got deep into like, they started talking about Tekashi. They started talking about the biggest artists out or whatever. And then he started breaking down.
That's right.
He started talking about demographics and records and how
ticket sales.
The game is, and ticket sales. And how the game is created, like how the game is played, so to speak. How they play with YouTube numbers and Billboard numbers and stream numbers. And it's all a part to make somebody look as big as they are. He's like, but he brought up, when it comes down to it, like, it's all about who you can reach. So, and he was talking about Lil Baby a lot, and Schultz was like, he's not really like tapped in with who Lil Baby is like that. He knows about him, but he doesn't see him as like one of the biggest artists out.
Well, he can't fuck with it. That's pretty much what he's saying.
Yeah, in a sense.
Who said Schultz?
Yeah.
And I think
he was rapping too fast.
I think there's a lot of people that feel like that. Even though Schultz is not really a big hip hop guy, I think there's a lot of people that feel like that about Lil Baby. We love Lil Baby because we entrenched in hip hop.
Oh, okay. You're saying people that aren't into
people that are
I'm
just.
with you on that.
I like the hot record this out. They're not looking at Lil Baby like, oh, I gotta listen to that new Lil Baby like we are, because we love Lil Baby. We entrenched in hip hop. So anything hip hop, that's what it is. But then he said you got an artist like, I think he brought up Russ. I feel like a lot more people know of Russ outside of hip hop, simply because he could just has a demographic that's open to more people. He can go across the world and sell out shows. I don't think it's the same thing for Lil Baby. Lil Baby could be huge in the States in the trenches of hip hop, but he doesn't have that pop record where it's like it's just out of here to where everybody knows this Lil Baby record.
I don't remember him saying that. They were talking specifically about like ticket sales and stuff in relation to your demographic.
Yeah.
And they were saying the reason why like a NBA YoungBoy and Lil Baby can't sell out in arenas because they have a younger fan base.
Yeah.
It's to where
this plays a part.
They can't charge X amount for their fan base because that might be they can't charge $300
They can't charge top of the rap game.
Right, the $300 per ticket because their fan base can't afford it.
Yeah.
Therefore, they might not be able to do as large of a venue as somebody like a Drake could or something or J. Cole. Right. And that makes complete sense. But that doesn't mean they don't have just as many fans, if not more. That's what I'm saying. Like, just because they don't have their fans can't afford it doesn't mean that they're not there.
Nah, but I think those are two separate things.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. That makes 100% sense.
Yeah, nobody's saying they ain't got a lot of fans.
But do you think who do you think is the bigger artist?
Lil Baby or Russ? Mm-hmm. Lil Baby by far.
See, I had a hard time with this because I honestly don't know. To me, that is the answer as well. It seems obvious, but I do think I think it's a little bit of what you're saying.
What?
Where everything I listen to is hip hop related.
Yeah.
All the music, all the reviews, all of the people talking about music.
We entrenched in hip hop.
To me, he's clearly bigger, but I started to look at some of the numbers, and it's not just ticket sales. He's got, I think Russ is the bigger answer. Like worldwide, just outside of hip hop. I think he probably is.
Yeah, that's what makes him big. Oh damn shit. What, like, the numbers thing, like the streams and all that shit, nobody really knows how streams are counted, right? Like, you can't really specify what counts as a stream and how it equates to a record sale. Nobody really knows. Like, things have been thrown out there about percentages and what counts as a stream and shit like that. But it's so like if you had to play something 1,000 times for us to count as a record sale or some shit like that, that's kind of wild. Like, but at the same time, it's like, that can be manipulated. It's like, it's hard to manipulate hard ticket sales. You can't manipulate that.
No, right. That's a fact. But that's talk. But that doesn't mean his fans are coming out. So what? But that doesn't mean that he has more fans than Lil Baby. That's not what that means. Just because his fans are coming out to his shows.
How does that not mean that?
That doesn't mean that you have more fans. I'm sure if Baby can sell out the same venue that Russ could.
If the whole point is to make money, right?
It's different ways than avenues to make money.
That's true. That is very true. But it says a different thing about how you're making your money. Like, I think Russ makes majority of his money off his touring.
Maybe
like,
so.
that's where I think most artists make money off their touring. So to say the streaming numbers mean more than the hard ticket sales you make, it doesn't add up.
But don't they correlate at some point?
That's where they make their money
don't they correlate at some point? If my streaming numbers are up, that should mean that I'm doing more tours and I'm having more shows. Like, that's what I'm saying. All right, so look, I'm looking at my Spotify. It gives you the monthly listeners on Spotify,
which is also controlled.
Whatever you want to say about control and all of this shit. Right. I don't know anybody. I don't know the people pulling levers and shit like that. Right. All I know is what I can see. And the rest of that shit is imaginary. Lil Baby has 25 million monthly listeners.
Right.
That's 100th in the world. I'm going to type in Russ's name.
Pretty cool. It shows it like that.
Russ, when I bring up Russ's profile, this is him as an artist. He has 13 million, almost 14 million monthly listeners. Mm-hmm. He's 310th in the world. This is the world.
Just on Spotify.
Yes. It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
I think
Spotify's not the only place you get music from.
Yeah, I'm just saying, bro. It's another It's not going to be that big of a difference on Apple, Spotify, or.
But you have to accumulate it all, though. You can't just separate it to one.
I'm just saying. Come on, that's a big difference, bro. Come on.
From what I just saw, I couldn't find anything that had like super definitive with everything included. I think it looks like Lil Baby is higher streamed from what I could find. The only thing I would say about Spotify, and again, this may not impact anything, but Spotify is only available. It's not available worldwide.
Mm-hmm. I would assume
certain countries that have it, some that don't. They use possibly other platforms or something. Right. But yeah, I still don't know. I don't know where I fall on this. Who I think is the bigger artist?
And then we kind of like
I think he
picking straws at this because both of them are successful artists.
And both things are going to play a part.
Yeah,
I think we're trying to find which one is the answer: ticket sales or album streams.
Right.
And there's not one. There's not like one answer.
I think there is though, because people don't make money off selling music no more like that.
Yeah, I don't agree. With
they make money off what they do with the music. That's the difference. I agree
with what you're saying.
They're not just like there's no artist that can just put out an album and don't do nothing and just make a lot of money off just their music streaming. There's no artist out there that can do that because there's not no money in it.
There's also no artists that are only doing shows and not putting out music.
Well, you can't have one without the other.
That's my point.
Exactly. I know you can't have one.
But you said it is. I said it's not just one thing, and you said it is though.
What you mean?
That's what you said.
My point is that album streams and the ticket sales are obviously a part of the total package.
They correlate together, yeah.
Yeah, so I think both of them are relevant. I think we're trying to come to an answer like it's either ticket sales or it's album streams. I don't think that's possible.
You need both. I'm not saying you don't need the stream. Of course you need your shit to be spinning. Yes. But what you do with that makes a difference. Like, all right, if you can't sell out shows, then it's just a different thing to me.
Well, I mean,
it's just a different thing.
I don't know. I don't know if you heard. I guess DJ, he said something about somebody not selling out shows.
He was talking about Lil Baby. He said Lil Baby's on an arena tour right now, and they're not selling them out.
No, I don't think he said Lil Baby at first. He was talking about Future and somebody else that had a tour a couple years ago.
Future and Drake?
No, not Future and Drake.
That's what
it was Future and somebody else. They had to cancel like 6 or 7 shows or something, he said.
Was it Uzi?
Yeah, maybe Uzi.
I'm not sure.
Uzi or something like that. But, I mean, I don't know. I haven't heard about Lil Baby not selling out shows or anything, but I'm sure Lil Baby's getting, like you said, 350K a show or something like that. And
when you hear those artists say that, do you think every single show that they do, they're getting that money?
Maybe not. I don't know. But all I'm saying is that I'm sure it's in that ballpark. And the more that you have songs spinning on the air, the more you can charge for said shows coming up, and the more people hear and will come to your shows. So that's why I'm not getting this narrative of
it depends on
who's bigger. It's an obvious thing. Whose music do you hear on a daily basis where you could just walk out and about and hear this shit? I'm not going to walk out and about and hear no Russ anywhere playing. I'm going to hear Lil Baby somewhere I go. It might be in a mall. It might be in a Foot Locker. I'm going to hear Lil Baby somewhere that I go. I'm not going to hear Russ. That's what I'm saying when we're talking about the who's bigger and stuff like that. Like, all right, we're talking about the guy who's arguably a face in hip hop right now.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
But again, we're
come on, we can't be having that conversation and then being real about it. And like I said, this guy's a face, a staple in hip hop. But we're talking about Russ, bro.
This is
compared to him.
Again,
the world is bigger than just hip hop.
Yeah, I'm not trying to really weigh in on this debate specifically, but this was kind of the point that I was making when we talked about at the end of the year of last year, and we were talking about like the Spotify streaming numbers.
Yeah, and
we were talking about, I can't even remember who the artists were that we were talking about, but we were saying something about them not being able to tour and get the same kind of money as like Bad Bunny was one of the top touring people. Yeah. And my point was these other locations and stuff, other countries, other people that don't like hip hop. I think what you're talking about, where you're not going to hear anything from Russ, I know what you're saying, and I'm still going to hear way more Lil Baby too. But you're talking about being played on your car radio around your friends at Foot Locker is not a black company, but it still is a hip hop.
I mean, yeah, right. Store. Just anywhere like that.
If you talk to somebody that's not into hip hop, they probably say the exact opposite of what you just did.
But don't Russ make hip hop music? Am I missing something? Does this nigga make?
Well, he does rap.
He does rap,
but his biggest records are him singing.
Yeah, and Russ falls into the same.
Those are older songs, though. I mean, and those spun in America.
He still does a lot of R&B type shit.
But I mean, are they big now? Though
Russ falls into all the same shit as every other white artist in hip hop. He's not rap when you want to use him as the conversation as he's a rapper, but he is rap. He makes hip hop.
I don't know. I would really have to see. I mean, YouTube's worldwide.
He does everything on YouTube.
I mean, is YouTube worldwide?
On YouTube, it's just.
I'm just saying, is it worldwide though?
To my knowledge, it's.
Who would you think would have more view counts on YouTube, Lil Baby or Russ?
Probably Lil Baby.
Then why are we having this argument? How does it even make sense?
I'm just talking about selling tickets, bro.
Oh, okay.
Let's talk about
he got a lot of views though.
Yeah, I mean,
it might.
Do you think
he got a lot of views though?
He might have some records that's bigger than Lil Baby's.
Do you think? Do you think the net worth?
Are you saying numbers? Tell me the numbers you're looking at right now.
He got some videos like 330 million.
330 million.
Yeah, he got some.
Russ is huge, bro.
Yeah, he got some big videos. Those are the older songs.
He's a big fucking deal, though.
Spinning on the radio.
He's a big fucking deal.
What's the biggest Lil Baby joint?
I'm gonna see.
Does net worth matter to you at all? Since during your argument you did bring up the fact how much money they're making and stuff.
I mean, I don't know because I don't unless you got like a Forbes list or something. I don't know how you get net worths.
That's fair. I don't know if it's
otherwise,
but
everything else is just a fucking. If like Google search, people can just put anything they want in that shit. So I don't know. I gotta have something like a
say they
verified
get 300K a show, that they get 300K every single show.
Yeah,
I mean,
you ain't got nothing to justify that either. He might have got 300K for that last show.
That makes sense when it's the going rate in hip hop for somebody.
50.
Look,
it's just another thing to keep in mind. When I looked it up, I think Lil Baby is probably the bigger artist. But when I looked it up, it is the net worth that I found was 10 million for Russ. It was either 4 or 6 for Lil Baby. But I think that goes into
Lil Baby's biggest video is 416 million.
Okay,
so it's more than 330 million. If we didn't know that.
Okay, but
no, it's actually the freestyle.
Views, you up there? Bro.
It's the freestyle video. That first single that he dropped, the freestyle video. Even his joint with 42 Doug got 265 million. That's a recent song. Woga almost got 200 million. I don't know. I mean, he got a lot.
We're picking straws. They're both highly successful artists.
Yeah, right. For sure. What
anything else from Akademiks that caught your eye or ear? I guess would be the right word.
Trying to think of other shit you talked about.
I honestly just loved it. I don't remember like really specific important things.
Him talking about Rory sending the guy to his crib.
You didn't know about that?
No. That was the first time I heard about that shit.
He gave more details than I was aware of, but I had heard
that was a big issue a few months ago. Well, the last year or whatever.
What? I was like, man, I ain't know that shit. I want to see them box. They gotta get in the ring
so
or something.
Weird, man. These podcast beef.
Yeah, he hates him so much. I can't wait for his podcast to come out, man. I think it's gonna be great.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be interested.
I think that's gonna be great.
It's gonna be good.
Depends on.
I think he could be in that like Joe Rogan-ish type lane. As far as he could be big in the podcast world, man.
Nah, we're not doing that.
He gonna be big as Joe Rogan.
He's not gonna be Joe Rogan.
But he could be like a black Joe Rogan, bro, for real.
I don't think you realize how big Joe Rogan is.
He's huge. Right, that's what I'm saying. A black Joe Rogan. It's not gonna be as big. It's gonna be. Yeah.
Oh, so because all right, I ain't even get into that.
It's a difference, bro. I'm telling you, it's like why Post Malone gets so many spins and somebody. If Post Malone was black, he wouldn't get as many spins as he does.
The black Joe Rogan is probably a Charlemagne or a Joe Budden. Let's just be real.
Right. I mean, it's gotta come. It's gotta be a next. These guys are old. Charlemagne getting old and shit. Man, he's been in the game for a long ass time. You don't get to be as big as Joe Rogan unless you've been around for a long time.
Joe Rogan is like 55.
Yeah, I'm saying
right. I mean, these motherfuckers old. I'm just saying.
He's had his podcast for like over a decade, bro.
Act is next up. That's all I'm saying.
My point would be that age doesn't mess up your podcast game.
Yeah, probably not.
Exactly.
But he's the voice of the youth.
I think he will be huge.
He got a different perspective, different fan base and stuff like that. He's gonna be huge, bro. That's all I'm saying.
I think he will.
He's gonna be it's gonna be a top 5 podcast easily.
Sure.
Easily. That's
everybody goes to the top when they first make a podcast. Though.
But I'm talking about sustained wise.
Don't shrug your shoulders at us.
Sustained.
So what are we
talking about?
Because you said Joe Rogan, bitch. That's why we're talking about it.
Yeah, I took it too far. I might have took it too far with Joe Rogan. That's just huge.
Rory Maul was the #1 podcast when they dropped their shit.
Yeah,
there's a lot of anticipation, a lot of, you know what I'm saying?
Right. But I mean, it's going to be a different way act because he got like a solidified base and like people, like I said,
plus he has access to everybody.
When something happens, people go to DJ Akademiks page to see it. That's what I'm saying.
That's a fact.
I don't know. He's the guy. He's a guy for sure.
Well, anything else on that before we switch it up?
No, I think we got it.
So I think we should. Rachel Nichols situation happened this week. I followed a little bit of it. What I gathered so far, she was on some kind of recorded conversation.
They said it happened in the bubble last year. She was on a Zoom call and forgot to cut the Zoom off, and it was recording what she was saying. So somebody's setting her up.
I didn't know it was a Zoom call.
Yeah, it happened in the bubble last year.
That is weird.
And who was she talking about? What's the girl's name?
Maria. I forgot her last name. Maria something.
Blank too. Taylor.
Maria Taylor. Yeah.
They gave her some kind of
proposition.
NBA. It was one of the NBA shows, like the pregame show or something. I think that's what she got promoted to. That Rachel had a problem with.
No, it was about being the sideline reporter of the finals.
Okay.
Yeah.
She said something to the effect of she got the job because of their terrible diversity and they're looking for people of color to be the face.
Yeah.
Is that off?
Yeah.
Is that...
Yeah,
something like that. She was saying like she understands it because she's a female too, but you're not going to take
her job.
Right. That's for me type shit.
So I guess my 2 questions would be, what are your thoughts or reaction to what she said? And then your thoughts on the backlash that has been since then.
The one part I have an issue with her is when she used, this is all about a personal behind the scenes conversation.
Right.
So that somebody waited a whole year to put out during this. It's obviously
So
playing
random.
situation to sabotage her in some way. But the one issue I had with what she says when she brought up about they're only trying to give her this job because she's black, is basically what she said. Mm-hmm. So, which is a wrong thing to say. Maria Taylor has been working her way up in the situation. She's really good at what she does.
And she played basketball, right?
Yeah, and she's
like a
former basketball player or whatever. But I don't have an issue with her not wanting to give up her job, though.
That's a fact.
Like you working in a company and you worked your way to being where you are, and then somebody come to you like, I think we're gonna get this person. You're gonna be salty about that,
yeah.
Especially if you like what you're doing in your position at with ESPN or whatever you're doing. You shouldn't want to get that up. Who would want to do that? Even if it is like, I don't know. It's just I can see myself in that situation, no matter who it is. It's like, no, if they ask me, do you mind if we give your spot to somebody else? And if I mind it, I'm gonna say I mind.
Right.
Like, yeah, I mind. I want my spot. I don't want to do something there. I want to do what I'm doing.
Right. It's just the kind of the extra thoughts that she put in there. But
yeah, the extras.
I mean, this is just her being honestly. And I mean, she didn't say anything necessarily wrong. Yeah, she probably did look at it that way as ESPN trying to save face. So I don't know. Overall,
ESPN
I think
that doesn't have a good track record on how they treat their black reporters and analysts.
Yeah. You think ultimately Rachel Nichols was mad at Maria Taylor because she was a dime?
I don't. She's too big and tall with the broad shoulders. I think Rachel's
the dime.
Yeah. I agree with most of what y'all said.
Maria
I don't
bad.
think she said anything.
I don't know you talking. Maria's kind of bad. I don't know what y'all talking about.
She ain't ugly. Don't get me wrong, but I'm gonna take Rachel.
I don't think you can't work as like a sideline reporter for ESPN and be like that
for anybody.
Yeah, they will kick your ass. You will be behind the camera. You will be in the studio adjusting mics.
Put you on the podcast.
Hey, turn me up a little bit back there, Rachel.
We got an ESPN radio job for it. I didn't think she said anything crazy, and based off of, I don't have a very high view of ESPN, and I like Rachel, so I'm probably biased here, but I think that probably is what happened. I don't think she was necessarily saying that Maria is not good enough for the job. I think she's saying that the reason she's getting this is because they're doing this as a PR move.
There's a sense that you can say he's not good enough. That kind of means you say he's not good enough.
Not if you have the job currently. If you have the job currently and they're replacing you only because they're looking for...
But they didn't say that.
No.
She made that observation that they only trying to give her the job because she's black.
Right, and I'm saying I agree with what she said. I think that is the case. And
no.
I do think that is the case. I think she's qualified to do it, but I think the only reason Rachel was not keeping the job is because that is what they're looking to do.
Maybe. We don't know.
But yeah, nobody knows. But the fact that it's a recorded conversation, I did kind of like, so I got a little bit lost in this, to be honest, because the first article I saw about Steven Jackson talking about this was when he was defending Rachel Nichols.
Yeah.
Apparently, what I read was that he had put out a tweet immediately after it happened, blasted ESPN, and it sounded like he didn't have favorable things to say about Rachel. Did y'all see anything about that?
I didn't see that.
So I don't want to say that then. I don't know much of what that part was, but he had a second tweet apparently that basically stood up for Rachel and said that he knows her. She's good people. She didn't say anything crazy. We've all had private conversations where we are kind of more loose with how we talk or what we say, and
not politically correct and all that.
But he's taking a lot of heat for that.
And they made her she did the little apology and shit. Well, really, she didn't really. I don't know if she necessarily apologized. Definitely not to Maria or whatever.
Yes,
kind of just as a whole
on her show with Jalen and Well, not Jalen. It's
Perkins.
Richardson and Perkins. Yeah,
She didn't apologize directly to her. She said, I'm thankful or appreciate all my colleagues here, or something like that, or respectful of all my colleagues here. She didn't like personally issue an apology to her.
Did you see the whole thing? She said Maria's name in it.
Maybe I missed that
She said her name. Yeah, she said her name specifically. Like she didn't mean no harm to her or whatever.
I mean, I didn't hear her say that at all. So maybe I just need to rewatch it or something.
I hate that it happened. I think it's whack since it's all coming from a private conversation and there wasn't anything crazy said. But it is what it is. I think ultimately ESPN is going to try to just push through this, get past the finals.
I don't know if y'all noticed, but Maria's doing the sideline reporting for the finals now. They gave her the job.
Yeah.
they kind of got forced into it now.
Well, they
basically snatched her off of it.
Yeah, I think ESPN's plan is to get through the finals, and then next year, after 3 months have been off, you'll see Rachel Nichols back in her normal position, and we'll keep it moving because she's too good at what she does. If they let her go, based off of the backlash, she's going to get scooped up from the next sports company. She'll be a Fox Sports 1 or something.
Oh yeah, true. That would definitely happen. But everybody knows ESPN is the pinnacle of sports.
It is. Finals. The finals have started. We finally are here. Kind of sucks that we're here and there's only one game every 2-3 days. But.
Yeah, it's wearing that we're getting towards the end now. But man, it's not been very entertaining to me. Finals is just, Suns took the first 2 games.
Well, so I'm looking back to the date. It looks like we recorded Saturday last week, so we didn't end up. The game 6 of the Hawks Bucks was after we recorded.
Right.
So Giannis was hurt at that point.
And Middleton and Brook, that's that game Brook and then went off. Was that game?
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
So Giannis gets hurt game 5. It looked like he's done for the year. I'm still shocked that he was able to come back and play the way he's been playing in the finals.
Yeah, he looked back good again. It don't look like he hurting at all.
He's better than he was last year.
He's dropped 42.
42 on 15 for 22 shooting.
And they lost.
And I think he was 1 for 5 from 3.
Where's the help for my man Giannis here?
So Holiday is so sporadic.
That's always has been offensively, yeah.
I don't know if it's they seem to win at home.
You remember when
that's when role players play well.
Middleton had that great game where Giannis was out, and they was like, there's a lot of people saying Middleton is the best player on the Bucks.
They shouldn't bring Giannis back for the.
There's a lot of people that was saying that shit when he went off there. I'm like,
there was people saying that if they bring Giannis back for the finals, like it may not be a good thing.
All right, I have a stance on that too.
Yeah,
but we gotta get out of here with Middleton being the best player. Giannis is the best player on the Bucks.
I've never heard that before.
That is a fact.
Whoever said that should be slapped.
The best player in the series.
But I think Giannis hurts the team more so than he helps them.
Yeah, you are high right now.
But look, but check it out.
Because they're not here without Giannis.
What's his numbers? 42, 15. What was his numbers? Crazy numbers.
Yeah.
Everybody else didn't really even do shit.
Right.
Now you can put that on them not being able to do shit, but if you watch the games,
that's what I would do.
But if you watch the games, when Giannis is on the floor and Giannis has the ball, everybody's just standing around looking to see what Giannis is gonna do. And it's like, what else can you do?
No,
what else can you do? Like, what else can you do when Giannis has the ball but wait to see what he's gonna do?
That's the truth with every point guard.
I'm about to sleep.
You can cut
with
and
every
move.
point guard. Giannis is not a point guard though.
He effectively is on offense. He runs the offense.
I think they shouldn't do that. They shouldn't have Giannis running the point.
7 for 21 last game.
Who?
Holiday.
Yeah,
he is the reason. If there's
Holiday is the point guard though, and he doesn't bring the ball up the floor. You're letting Giannis bring up the ball up the floor and telling Drew to stand on the side and get your buckets how you get them.
See,
he's playing out of position.
I'm gonna point out the most
this is crazy.
This is the most obvious reason you're wrong. You're saying that it's just one of them. You're saying that I think that he hurts them more than he helps them. Who the fuck are the Milwaukee Bucks without Giannis? They wouldn't even be in this position. They would have never sniffed a finals to begin with. That's what I don't get. Like, we can't even... What?
Let me rephrase this.
Please.
In specific series in this playoff, of course, in the regular season, Giannis is the best thing is going to help you, best thing going out here. But Giannis' issues always come in the playoffs. That's where the issues come.
We're in the finals now, bro.
Yeah, we are.
What issues in the playoffs? They're in the finals.
42 points.
You're right. What the hell are we talking about?
All right, who did he beat though? Like think about this.
No.
Who did he beat?
No, we're not doing this.
You're right.
How are we not doing it?
Because the
Hawks bust the Bucks ass in the game with no Trae Young on the floor.
Who the Suns
like that's not supposed to happen.
We're not gonna take away. Well, wait a second.
Hawks is not supposed to beat the Bucks without Trae Young on the floor.
Without Giannis on the floor.
Right, Giannis didn't play either.
As well. He left the game.
And then these are the guys that you're talking about that were good. That you're saying are good now.
When the Suns win the championship, are we gonna say this about Chris Paul?
What do you mean?
Like, who did he beat? Are we gonna celebrate his championship, or are we gonna say who did he beat?
We're gonna celebrate Chris Paul because he has this whole storyline of his thing going on.
Who did he beat though?
Yeah, you can bring that up. That's an argument to be brought up.
No, it's not. You play the players
down to the first series.
You play the players that come
Nobody
out.
Think the Lakers get put out in the first round.
I did. And I picked the Suns. You put the best players that you have on the floor, and you play the team that they put out against you. In the NBA, if you make it to the finals and win a championship, you won a championship. Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. Okay. Everybody's got injuries.
In hindsight, nothing else matters. But if you've been watching the playoffs, you can't say injuries didn't make things go a different way in these playoffs.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying it doesn't matter when it comes to crediting the champion.
Okay, yeah,
None of that matters. Every team has injuries. The Suns could have lost in the first series when Chris Paul was hurt, at least in the first 3 or 4 games. They did what they had to do.
Everybody acted like it's over, though.
I think it is.
I ain't saying it's over. It's just not looking good.
It's 2-0.
I think the Bucks win game 3, Suns win game 4, probably close.
I think the Bucks take both at home, right? I mean, they're gonna take that to the role players gonna come and they're gonna show up. They're gonna play well at home and they're gonna tie it up. This is gonna be a 6-7 game series for sure.
Possibly.
I don't see it going that way, but I hope so. I mean, I'm cool with it.
Stamp it.
I got a lot of money on the Suns, but I think
this playoffs
matter of fact, I'm still taking the Bucks.
Use the last game to what's going to happen in the next game. That's how this playoffs has been every series. You never know what's going to happen.
I'm gonna ride with the Bucks on this one. I'm still holding with to win it all.
Okay.
Yep.
I think it's the path is paving for Chris Paul right now to get his ring.
I agree.
He's been dominant.
Yeah,
he has. He's been
playing the best basketball of his life.
He's obviously gotten so close at this point, and he went the right direction and took his game to the next level. He is so clutch. As soon as it gets to the second half, it just seems like he can't miss.
The thing with Chris Paul is like he has always got the stigma of being the traditional point guard. This playoffs, he's finally stepped out of that just being that traditional point guard, and he's getting buckets. Like he's getting 30-point games, 35-point games, 40-point games. It's like we've never seen Chris Paul play like this. He's never been the guy to be the top bucket getter on the team. He's the assist guy. He's the facilitator. He runs the offense. He gets other people buckets. We've never seen Chris Paul take the helm and be like, I'm gonna finish this game for us in the second half right here and get buckets. And that's what he's been doing, going crazy too.
Yeah,
because you would expect Devin Booker to be a guy. He's had a few games where he went crazy. I think last game he had 31.
Hit 7 threes.
Yeah, he went crazy that game. But then in game 1, what did Chris Paul had like 40 or 30 something like that?
Something like that.
He had some crazy numbers, and I think D Book had a bad game. He was off that whole first game. It's amazing to see.
They just look like the most complete team to me.
Yeah,
like you said, it could change.
Don't get Ayton lost in this, bro. Ayton's a beast.
That's what I was about to say. Ayton's been incredible. Booker's been incredible. Last night, Bridges went for 27 or 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole team, Crowder had no points in game 1, but he just does everything. They just they're playing so well.
Everybody steps up when you need them to.
Coach is killing it. They keep highlighting little sound bites of him in the huddle and stuff.
Yeah, shout out to Monty. He's dope.
It's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
See
Well, I'm still going with the Bucks, man. They're gonna pull the shit out. Bucks and 6.
Easy to make those claims when there's no repercussions for being wrong, man.
Bucks and 6, bro. It's happening.
Bucks and 6?
Yeah, Bucks and
Fuck outta
6.
here.
So the Suns ain't gonna win no more games.
Bucks and 6, bro.
4 in a row.
That's wild.
It has to, man.
Suns and
That would be
5.
such a freaking turnaround if that shit happens.
That would be crazy.
That would kill Chris Paul.
Yeah, Chris
if that
Paul have to
happens.
retire.
That would kill Chris Paul.
He
if
has
that
to
happens,
retire.
man.
That'll just be like his whole career in like finals.
I think you want that to happen to him though.
No, I don't.
You've been talking that every series, like it's gonna happen. Here it comes.
Honestly, I respect Chris Paul a lot, but I don't really like him. I don't think as a person. So
I'm not a huge fan.
I mean, I don't know.
I respect him a lot.
I don't know him to like him as a person.
I mean, it's people that you like.
He seems like
they're likable people, you know, and from a distance, like Ocho Cinco. It's like, oh, I like this dude. You know, he's a fun person. I don't get no.
You don't like Cliff Paul?
I fucking hate this dude.
I like Cliff more.
He's probably an ass on those sets. They probably hate him in those State Farm commercials for real.
So what was next?
Sha'carri Richardson update. Now they have totally suspended her for the whole Olympics altogether now.
I thought they didn't suspend it.
But she got She got suspended for 30 days. She just didn't get on the team.
Yeah, they didn't elect to put her on the
so she can't go to play, do nothing.
Right, but she's not suspended from it. They just elected not to have her on it.
Isn't that the same thing? Kind of. I mean, not saying they said that they're suspending her.
It's the same result.
It was a 30-day suspension, and now it's like, you can't even do nothing now.
I'm sure it's a result of what happened.
Yeah, the result is she's not in the Olympics, but there wasn't a change in suspension. I think that's different.
I'm sure if she wasn't suspended initially, I'm sure she would be in that relay race or whatever.
Duh.
So I mean, I guess you could say
she would just be doing all of it. That's what she did.
Right. I mean, they still had to make a decision to put her in there or not. That's what I'm saying. They would have chosen to put her in there if she wasn't suspended. So I guess you could say it's related that way.
I think the bigger issue of probably why they did it is they said that she can't practice with the team.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. She's not going to be there for 30 days or whatever, and then all of a sudden just come in and you putting everybody at risk for just one individual, and that's what something that like the 4x4 is. It's a team race, so I'm sure you got to have some kind of coordination or just level of confidence in each other, especially just like for the little things. How do you like what side you want the baton handed on? Or how do you like it handed? So, you know what I'm saying? Little stuff like that, timing and stuff. All that shit matters. So
Stephen Jackson. Saying that all the black people should just not do the Olympics this year because she's not in it.
That's stupid.
I thought so too.
I mean, it's just people just say dumb stuff, bro.
Everybody else is going for their dream as well.
Right. It has nothing to do with her. Like, they're not thinking about fucking Sha'carri Richardson. They're thinking about winning for themselves and bringing pride and stuff to their family and stuff. Like, shut the fuck up. We don't have to make everything this global mass movement and revolution over something that is an age-old rule in the Olympics. The Olympics go back further than any of us even can fucking reading a book. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, let's be real about that. So, I don't know. It's just
looks like it won't change it. They're not going to just make weed good now.
Yeah.
Right. Just because there's one person it's like, shut up.
The other thing, I stay checking out these clips of Emmanuel Acho on Twitter.
Yeah, I fuck with Acho.
He was talking about something that I don't know enough about it, but he was saying that what they would have to do. Apparently, I guess they've already done. Maybe they had done like the trials already for the relay, where they had people ranked. I don't know if she wasn't a part of that or what. Probably, he was saying that to put her on the team, they would have had to leave off either the 4th, 5th, or 6th ranked racer for this event.
Yeah, to hold her spot.
And all 3 of them are black women as well.
Right, exactly.
So it's kind of a situation where one is not going to be on the team, And given the suspension thing, the 30 days that y'all were just talking about not being able to practice and stuff, I mean, it just seems like an obvious thing.
It's unfortunate, but at the end of the day, we gotta stop trying to make her not accountable for what happened.
Yeah, and she's been accountable.
People don't like it because it's over just weed, but
it is what it is.
You knew this before you hit the weed.
It is what it is.
You knew
at this
that
point.
if you test positive for this, you're not gonna run. So hey,
right?
It's unfortunate. We'd love to see you run, but hey,
you gotta stop saving people from their consequences in life and shit. This is something that she has to go through. We can't make it. I don't know. It's like taking somebody out of time. What are you learning from it? You know what I'm saying? If now we blow it up and make it like the system did them wrong. It's like, no, it's just the system is what it was, and these were the rules that were in place. And you could say that I sound like whatever, but I mean, it is what it is. She knows what her response is. She's taking accountability for that. So at this point, we just move forward. And I do. There was some I think a black athlete that came out and was saying hey, I mean, everybody's talking about I guess boycotting the Olympics and shit because of this.
Saw that.
And she's like, well, we still need support too. We're still here. And I get that. And I think Sha'carri might have said something back about it that wasn't really, I don't know,
she was
smart to say or something. Yeah, I can't remember. I think she said something
like everybody that's showing me love. I appreciate y'all. Everybody's speaking negatively, forget y'all and all this shit.
Or something. It was
but they made it in correlation she was responding to that. What that girl was saying.
I don't know. It kind of sounded like it fit when I was reading it, but it may have not. But I mean, it's bigger than just one person. We're talking about the World Olympics here. I don't know. Maybe if she stays on a horse, then she'll be back at it in 2020, what is it, fucking 5 or whatever. But, not now. This wasn't her time, obviously.
So it's unfortunate.
The other thing I heard somebody talking about was, in reference to the boycotting and stuff. The boycott or protest, whatever you want to do to stand up for something, makes more sense, or really only makes sense when it's like there was a moral wrong being done.
Yeah.
Like if the Olympics had said something like, we're not allowing black athletes, then
that's a different story.
Yeah, then boycotting it and standing up for what's morally right would be the right thing to do. But if it's for just a broken rule, it's what are we doing?
Right.
There's not an injustice that we need to correct. It's just an unfortunate situation.
They're not saying, hey, she has green hair, she can't run.
Yeah.
They're not saying, you know what I'm saying, anything like that. It's a violation.
If they said no black player, they want her to be there. They probably want her to be running. Right. She's the best they got. They want her to be there. So it's
the U.S. needs her.
Yeah. If they could get around it, they probably would have found a way to get around it.
Right.
It's what it is, man. Hey, like I said, maybe she'll get another shot at it again. But hopefully, what I'm hoping that she didn't is just waste a once in a lifetime opportunity and waste a career or a life changing moment, and just for this one thing. I hope that that's not in the cards for her. I hope it's a bright future and stuff. But I mean, in reality, that could be the truth. This is some people's one chance, one moment, and you want everybody to blow it over one person. That's you super. I mean, the people who are thinking about in that way is, I don't know. To me, it's almost in a selfish light.
They're not thinking.
Right.
They're not thinking.
You're not thinking about it. But
the emotional reaction is, she's not able to go. This is stupid. Let's fix it.
Everybody fell in love with her in the past month or so. They fell in love with her. So it's
but it's because it's what the media gave us, though. At the same time, it's just this is what the highlight is.
This is the next race story. To keep going. Once Rachel Nichols came out, for sure. What else you got? You said you got some little topics.
Are James Harden and Lil Baby dating?
I think so.
I think so.
Every time I see them, it looks like they're a couple,
bro.
Y'all seen that shit when they was James Harden looking like Lil Baby's imaginary friend?
It's so odd seeing them together because he's so much bigger.
They always look awkward, like they got caught doing something.
Right, yeah. It's weird.
Did you listen to that clip?
What clip?
Where they do the walkout.
Oh yeah. Before Lil Baby.
Yeah, mad foreign fans yelling Lil Baby. And he just, hey.
Yeah,
He's like so awkward.
Yeah, he walked out and he was like, I wasn't expecting this shit. What's going on? Like,
and then they stood like pose though.
Yeah.
Like an awkward pose.
Yeah.
Like
Very awkward pose.
Let's take some bitches.
So as soon as I saw it, I was like, I just started laughing. I was like, it just made me think of like, he's always like the most looked up to, coolest person in the room. Everywhere he goes, little baby. He's like so clearly out of place at the fashion thing. It's just hilarious to see. Yeah, you got to imagine once you blow up to
what the fuck was Kanye wearing?
No clue. Looking like a psycho, bro.
What the fuck was that?
Looking like the other funny picture was them two looking at him.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Saying like, this dude's really like this in real life. This is him.
Right here.
I do not get it, bro. Do not connect with the fashion.
I think Lil Baby got arrested, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
One of them did. I couldn't figure it out.
Like
they both got caught with weed. I mean, I guess it was Lil Baby's weed, but. I'm sure James Hard be smoking, bro.
He probably do. They let Hard go.
James Hard be smoking, bro. He look like a motherfucker get the munchies and shit.
He be snacking.
Yeah, he be smoking, bro.
As soon as the season ended,
that's for sure.
He was looking big again. I thought
he hanging out with rappers and shit. He's smoking, bro.
Stays with Lil Baby.
It's funny though. Every time I see them, it's hilarious.
Why are they always together?
Always together.
It's been that way for like a couple years now.
It as friends, but it's like you never see nobody else. Yeah. So that's why I always feel like they a couple. It's just them two. They just be in random places.
Where's the entourage?
Where y'all friends? Where the other people at? It's just y'all.
Where's the security at?
Like what's going on?
Where your girls at?
That shit is mad awkward.
Both of your girls just out the way. They chill it like they back at home.
That shit is weird.
Y'all never do no double dates or nothing.
They have a very weird friendship.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, whatever. You know, teachers on.
When James Harden, he like got him a bag full of honey buns for his birthday or something.
I remember that.
She was mad.
Oh yeah, he was like, I love honey buns.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
What?
You know I love honey buns. What is going on?
Mad awkward, bro. What is going on?
Honey buns from my
I
honey
like
bun.
honey buns, but I think they was making like a reference to like a honey bun being like a honey K or something like that.
I think it's a honey
But
bun.
still,
from my honey
it was just
bun.
awkward, bro. Like, don't say he knows I like honey buns.
It's strange.
Shit is weird, man. But hey, shout out to them though.
Do your thing.
Certified Lover Boy album roll out. Rented out the Dodger Stadium to take his girl out on a date. What a flex. Album gonna be crazy. That's all I got.
Who the fuck was in there taking pictures of him though?
Somebody flying over in the plane.
Was it?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
It was some pilot. He was like, yo, I just see Drake in the
Ain't this
Dodger
girl
Stadium.
like some college basketball player's mom?
Yeah.
High school.
A high school basketball
It's
player?
Bronny's teammate.
Yeah, which answers why he's been all his high school games lately.
That's why he's been there with LeBron.
He's dating one of the players' girls. The players' moms.
One of the pictures that went kind of viral was like 2 weeks ago of him on the sideline.
And she was right there.
She's right there.
She was fat too.
She's crazy.
I mean, damn, how do you gotta feel though? I mean, are you like happy your mom's dating Drake?
Probably.
Or you like
Probably.
I don't know,
how
bro.
I feel about that.
It's gotta be a different.
You see that woman?
Yeah.
She's not sitting at home, not out dating.
Oh yeah,
If you're gonna have a stepdaddy, let it be Drake.
Right.
Let it be Drake.
Let
I
it
guess.
be Drake.
She got it.
She's out there.
Ooh.
She's out there.
She bad.
Do you think that's surgery?
Maybe.
Yeah, I assume yes,
Probably.
until proven otherwise. Most of the time,
Yeah, right.
they all look the same.
Yeah,
Not a bad way.
Look
By
like that
any
built.
means.
Like I mean,
I
like
forgot
literally built.
the player's name. You remember his name?
No, I don't.
Amari or something
Amari.
like that. But
Amari.
he's better than Bronny. Like he's like the best
really?
player on the team.
Bronny's not really that good.
Yeah, he's okay. He's
They
okay.
were only coming off the bench or something like that.
When he first,
I think he's
thought
starting now.
Yeah, I think he was a freshman when that became like a big thing, and I haven't followed since. You know the kids better than we do.
Man, bro, Bronny, like I said, he's not that good. He's not that good.
Carl says he's not.
He's overhyped.
Oh, you don't think he'll be an NBA player?
Off the strength of LeBron.
No, that's not fair.
Will he be a good one?
I think he's
Probably
good enough
not.
to be in the NBA. I don't think it's just.
I don't think he's going to be a good player in the NBA.
I think. I don't know. We have to see. He's still young. He's like what, 16, 17?
Something like
Young enough or old enough for us to know that he's not going to be that great.
Well, he's actually gotten. I think he's gotten better.
You're the only person I've heard say that.
Yeah,
I hope you're right, because I don't like the James Clan.
Yeah, he's
still even done growing. I think he's like 6'3", 6'4" now. He's still growing, so he might end up being a 6'8" player by the time he graduates.
6'8" garbage.
You do like LaMelo.
Hey,
Just shoot up one day.
LaMelo was a starter as a freshman.
I'm saying he grew.
Saying
he grew out of nowhere.
That's what I'm saying. LaMelo was a baller.
We're not coming for your boys. We're not coming for your boys.
We get it.
Be defensive.
We get it.
Yeah. I'm still trying to get you on the roster, Jello, bro. I done made a couple calls and shit. We gonna get you on the roster.
Who you call?
Huh?
Who you call?
I got a couple of links with the Pistons and the Nets. So
I thought you was what about Florida, man? You know, connections with Florida now?
No, not with the basketball and shit. I'm just connected with them Z's down there, you know what I'm saying?
What else?
Them Z's.
What else we got?
Speaking of Z's, yo, I seen this clip of your boy Kodak talking to his son.
Oh, that's just hilarious. It's wild.
He overheard his son in the next room talking about, what do you say? I'm getting fucked tonight.
Yeah. He
was like, what you say? And you would think that he's about to correct himself from cussing. He's like, what you say? No, you doing the fucking. I was like, yo. You don't get fucked. We do the fucking around here. I'm like, yo, this motherfucker is wild.
He was like, yeah, fucking Joe like this. It was funny though.
Yeah,
but
it is wild, motherfucker.
I was like, how old is it? Your son, his son might be 6.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's like a little kid.
He might be 6, but hey.
Oh man,
He's a piece of shit.
It's hilarious to watch, man.
He's a terrible person.
Bro, I'm not gonna call him that.
He's a terrible person.
I'm not gonna say that.
Just continues to reinforce.
Just because he raises something a little different.
Some shit that you shouldn't be recording.
Maybe
That's what it comes down to. You be recording this shit like you probably shouldn't put this out to the world that you tell your son, yeah, we do the fucking around here. Like what? Like even if that is how you raise your child, you probably shouldn't just be putting that out there. But hey, he does what the fuck he wants.
Yeah, I mean, hey, different strokes for different folks. It's definitely not how I would talk to my child.
Hey,
but
that's what I'm saying.
Look, he probably looking at it like shit. It's much better than I was living, and he was doing the same shit when he was growing up. So it is what it is. People just do what they've been taught. That's it. It's a product of your environment type thing.
They say him handed out AC units though. That's dope.
Yeah.
I do give him his credit on his philanthropy and giving back to the hood type shit he does. Dope. I fuck with that. But everything else, he a wild boy.
Wild boy.
Just a wild boy.
Florida.
Yeah.
It's in the water.
It's in the water.
It's just
in the fucking water. What y'all watching? Y'all watching any new shows right now?
I'm not watching shit, bro.
That's right, you moving.
Only thing I'm doing right now is painting. I've been in fucking Lowe's so much. I've been to Lowe's maybe like before I bought this house. I probably went to Lowe's maybe fucking 2 to 3 times in my life. Real shit, bro. I've been like 6 times this week to fucking Lowe's. There's always something I need in there, huh?
You feel lost in there?
No, I can navigate pretty fucking well now. You want to know where some shit at? Come on with me. I'll take you to the aisle.
Not my realm. I feel so lost in a store like that.
Bro, I done priced so much shit in Lowe's, bought so much shit in Lowe's, all this stuff. So we're doing a lot of that, painting up the house and stuff, and getting geared up. Got the furniture delivered and stuff, and
good to go.
Internet on and activated.
That's what's up.
Big time.
Be making moves here pretty soon.
You like that? So y'all not officially all the way moved in yet?
Nah, bro, I ain't moved in shit.
Oh damn!
Bro, I haven't moved in a thing. I've been painting, bro.
So you're gonna need a hand when that time comes, huh?
I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys offering a hand.
I mean, I ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
You need me. You know how to hit me.
I'm booked up till August.
That's exactly when we're moving, bro.
August 2022.
Yeah.
That's when I'm booked up till then.
We're moving at that time.
I help you. August 2022.
Yeah.
I got you. I haven't watched anything either. I got Detroit homie in town, so just been kicking it with them after work every day.
Mr. Bragg.
Yes, sir.
But what I've been watching? That Manifest show.
Everybody's been talking about that shit.
Yeah, I got to get on that once I'm
not impressed.
And you watched it?
I started it.
He hadn't
It's-
watched anything. He just been painting.
No. I mean, this is a few weeks ago. This is a few weeks ago when I
Right.
started it, bro.
It's kind of all over the place. It's kind of wild a little bit when you're watching it, but it's one of them shows where it's like, all right, how long can y'all keep this going?
I still gotta watch that Easttown joke.
And I think it just got canceled on its third season.
It's canceled.
Yeah.
Oh, if it's canceled, I'm not even gonna
And
try.
so is Manifest is canceled too, right?
That's what we're.
That's what I'm talking about. What was you talking about?
Oh yeah. I thought you had talked about. You said some other show that you had brought up.
Something in Easttown.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought.
East Town. That's a good show.
Yeah, I gotta watch that next.
That's a good
gonna be
ass
the
show.
next one. I just haven't been watching stuff.
For sure.
Watching
That's a good
poker.
show. That,
Yeah, I'm not impressed by it.
the
It's
DC
alright.
Sniper joint, I Sniper, which
That looks
is
pretty
from
cool.
the teenager's perspective.
Oh,
they got him
for real?
narrating through it. It's wild.
DC Sniper shit.
Yeah.
What is that on?
It's on
Vice.
Vice.
You know how many field trips they canceled behind
Yeah,
that
it was
DC
a time.
Sniper shit?
I think I was telling you about. You said you didn't remember it. Like it was a big deal because we was in Virginia, being in Virginia, and it was
Bro,
that close.
every
like they was
field trip
traveling
was canceled.
like from DC and all in the Virginia area, just randomly shooting people and
Do you
killing.
remember what years this year it was?
It's like 02.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
I thought
something
it was.
like that.
It was before I came to Virginia.
Oh,
Bro,
okay.
so you don't know, like this
yeah.
is a huge thing.
No, I remember the
People were talking about not pumping gas
I
because they were
remember
scared.
the
of
big
snipers.
general story. I don't remember any details of what was going on.
No,
So
it's
once he
kinda
started
wild.
to tell me about this kid being involved, I was like, "What? I've never
Yeah.
heard."
They
that.
was shooting out of the trunk.
Yeah.
Like
Crazy,
they had a
man.
fucking
They had
like
dug
a
out
hole.
the trunk to where you can get in through the back seat and
Like,
there's
lay
like a
down.
hole right there where the key is, and plucking people with a sniper.
Just randomly.
man.
And it wasn't like certain people. It was like whatever. They shot a kid. They shot a wife. They shot an old dude. They shot some black people. Like it was just random people.
I'm honestly surprised that doesn't happen more often. It's just crazy people.
That shit was wild, and they couldn't find them because they couldn't figure out why they was killing people.
Yeah, when you don't have like a pattern or
Yeah, it was
anything,
no pattern whatsoever.
Right,
it was
it's
just all
just-
randoms.
super random.
It's a wild shit though.
I'm
Yes.
definitely gonna check that one out.
Yeah, I want to see that. Like I said, man, we don't think we're
And I
supposed to go
even-
to
In the joint,
Jamestown
I
or
didn't even
something.
know the part that they had came from the West Coast and traveled and was killing people as they was coming over, and their destination was to end up in DC and be killing people. I didn't know all that. I didn't know it was like they was like traveling the country murdering motherfuckers. That shit
No,
was wild.
I didn't know. I
I might have to do that this week.
Yeah, it's a wild story, bro. You gotta check that out.
The dude was the teenager's like he was like 16, 17 or
Yeah.
something, or younger than
Yeah,
that.
and one even his son. That's another part of the story.
That guy's like 30 something.
Yeah.
He's like 30 something.
It's a wild story, bro.
Very weird.
Yeah, right. People are just strange in this world.
Well, I don't have a sample today. Do you guys have?
I do.
I'm gonna do a blind sample.
Oh, y'all lacking. Y'all talking about me. At least I picked one up on the fly.
Yeah, but it's just fun to make fun of you because you always have one.
Right. I get it.
All right, well,
Try to hold it down.
for the audio, I always mess that up. For the video,
Yes.
we appreciate y'all. We'll be back next week with episode 107.
Yes, sir.
On the audio, stay tuned. Got these samples coming.
You.